Hey y'all, I'm Kayla with What's Brewing, and today we have Ben Powers with Developing Lafayette. But before we get started, let's go ahead and roll that beautiful B-roll. Hey Ben, how are you doing today?
Pretty good, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate taking time out of your schedule to be here.
Sure.
For everybody who doesn't quite know, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself first?
Yeah, so my name is Ben Powers and I own Developing Lafayette.
And I am so excited to get into that.
Well, thank
So
you.
tell me, how did Developing Lafayette come to be exactly?
So I'll try to make it as short and sweet as possible. I'm a country boy from the Ville Platte area, specifically Turkey Creek, where it's just a small town of 400 people. And
Very
growing up,
familiar with that area.
yes, you pass right through it really. Um, Basically, growing up, I remember telling like myself that I'd like to see the first skyscraper in Turkey Creek. I don't know why I thought that. I guess I had this grandeur of being in a city, and Turkey Creek was never going to be that, and it still isn't. And so, as an adult, I had a chance to visit a graphic design company in Lafayette, and I toured it, and I basically came over here prepared to get a job, even though they wasn't planning on hiring me at the time. I came and I presented, and they ultimately hired me. So I moved to Lafayette in 2010. And a couple of years being here, I realized there was a lot of construction happening. And I'm like, what is all this being built? Like, what is this and what is that? And so one evening, my parents came out from out of town to visit us, and we went to eat at like one of the finest Italian restaurants in town, Olive Garden.
Ah,
And
yeah.
I love telling that story because for us in Turkey Creek, Olive Garden was like fine dining.
Hey,
Especially it cost a lot at that time.
still costs a lot and still
Yeah,
pretty dang good.
yeah. So we were sitting on the side that faces the former Cheddar Cafe,
Yes.
and at the time, Cheddar's Cafe was being built, and we didn't know what it was. We were just kind of assuming that it was a car dealership because all down that road of Johnston is car dealerships, and there's a lot more even today after that time. And so after dinner, we still had no idea what was being built. We just kind of left it at that. A couple weeks later, my wife and I passed by that construction site, and they had a sign that said Cheddar's Cafe coming soon. And I told my wife it'd be really nice if there was like a website that was dedicated for like talking about construction and
That's
new
interesting.
business. And so I said, let's pull in. Let me grab a photo of that sign, and maybe I can just create a Facebook page or something.
Wow.
And it was free,
Yeah.
Facebook. And so I took a photo and took a picture of the building, and I posted it. And of course, nobody liked it because I had 0 followers. I liked my own post, and that was it. And did that for several months, just kind of gradually posted pictures and still liking my own post because I had really no following. And then about 9 months, I had actually gained a following of about 700 people, which is a lot
Yeah.
in 9 months back in 2012. And then going into 2013 in March, I had started working at a place called golfballs.com. And one of the sales reps that I worked closely with there, her husband is a big time commercial developer in town. And she and him always talk about projects that they're working on and what's coming, and she let me know that a place called Whole Foods was coming to town. And being from the country, I had no clue what Whole Foods was. I just knew about Teet's Grocery and Ville Platte, B&S Boudin. I knew that, but I was like, what's Whole Foods? And then
And you think, this is intriguing, let me
yeah, so I did a little bit of research, and then news started coming out that Whole Foods was getting posted. And so I said, okay, if I'm gonna write about something that's big and popular, maybe this would be a chance. So I just wrote about it, posted it, and that little 700 following that I had really grabbed onto that post and just blew it up. Within a couple of weeks, I had close to 3,000 new
Wow.
followers. And it was really quite interesting to
So that
just
was
watch the numbers grow.
quickly just a big boom.
Oh yeah, it blew up big time.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I'm glad it grew for you so quickly. It's been fun to follow your journey and social media and the posts that you make. And I do have some fun questions for you
Sure.
in part 2 of your interview
Okay.
with some of your posts. I want to pick a little bit.
All right. Okay.
But thank you so much for joining us today for the interview and taking time out of your schedule. And I really look forward to seeing you in part 2 as we continue this one.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. If you like what you saw today, please hit the like button. Go ahead and crush that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing we have coming your way. I'm Kayla with What's Brewing, and we'll see you next time.